Hey guys, what's up? This is Rapid, and I will be bringing you the NESL's March monthly finals for the Go4LoL, and this is going to be round 2 between Team Lzuruha and Mono eSports. Now, last time it was Subterfuge versus Lzuruha, and actually, Lzuruha actually coming off of a win versus TSM in the first round. Or so did Jester told me, and then he revealed that it was a win due to forfeit because TSM's a little bit split up right now, so they got other stuff going on, and that will advance Lzuruha to the next round, and they will be going up against Mono eSports, who, spoiler alert, did just defeat Team Subterfuge. So this is going to be a really awesome game. Mono just coming off of, their 4th place finish in IPL 4. Hopefully that's not too big a spoiler alert for you guys, but this will be Lzuruha versus Mono. And to go over a little bit of team introduction / composition, and as far as the players' positioning is concerned, we're going to see TedStickles, Talandra, and Slushy waiting in the Wraith bush, and they know that Paradoxical is there, and they're like, okay, well, where's he going to go? If they start red, then he's coming up here, and they know that their jungler is Nintendude, and they're actually, or Mono rather, is pinging it to steal the Wraiths here. Paradoxical's coming over, so we have 4 members from Mono eSports down here in Lzuruha's jungle. Lzuruha way out of position. They have 2 bot and then 3 at the Wraith camp, so 3 to counter jungle Wraiths, and then they're probably going to go for red as well, but the same thought is going through Mono eSports' mind right now. Actually, Jester does not know that they're there. The rest of Team Lzuruha knows that's knows positioning here on Zion Spartan, but as far as the Jester, he's actually going to, in pulling the golem out, he's going to reveal that something's going on at the red buff. And did they actually see that? If I check things from the perspective of the blue team, they actually did not see the red buff get stolen, so Lzuruha still doesn't know the jungle pattern for Nintendude X. He's going to run immediately from the red buff, from Lzuruha's red buff to his blue buff, but TedStickles is doing the exact same thing, so we're doing kind of a yin-yang jungle pattern here that's perfectly mirrored with radial symmetry, if any of you guys are geometry nerds, but that is for you guys, and this is for everyone, because Talandra is actually going to outlevel Zion Spartan here. He hit a couple extra creeps, and that's going to put him ahead. Actually, it looks like at least half a wave, so that's just the experience he got from being down here and helping out with raids. I guess that's what it is. That would be my guess. So Nintendo X is going to reveal that we have scumbag Lzuruha jungler on our hands, and that is exactly what TedStickles was. And actually, TedStickles is still over here after having picked up blue buff, so he's gonna be able to see Mundo. Actually, no, Mundo just out of sight range. Mundo's going top to gank Talandra, while meanwhile, actually TedStickles rolling top as well. Where is he going? #1 trolls here, yo. He's gonna come around the long way for Slushy trying to lane gank, but as he sees Mundo top lane, the exhaust forces the flash, but with a cleaver that's going to slow Talandra. And here comes in TedStickles. Is he going to get the Q? He gets the Q. He gets the cripple instantly. Nintendo X is in the danger zone. The taunt does not land, and the pool not slow enough to prevent First Blood from going down there to Lzuruha's TedStickles. Oh man, okay, so back to the matter at hand. We got bottom lane. It's going to be Lzuruha's Atomic and Jester going up against Zig and Pixel. So as far as the the champion team composition stuff goes, really good pickup here for Lzuruha, able to deny the Nunu pick from Mono. The Nunu Kog'Maw is just ridiculously effective. It's basically like starting out with a Zeal with the Blood Boil buff. But having denied that, they didn't deny Janna from Mono, so that's a little bit significant just because Janna is probably #1 support right now for a lot of situations. Certainly not perfect in every situation. There are better junglers depending on what you're looking to accomplish, but really, really strong 4 move speed gankers like Mundo. You can already see he's up at almost 400 move speed just because of Janna boots and possibly some move speed from tank specs. In fact, if we do go ahead and actually not the vision key but the C key, you can see that actually he does have some CDR from tank specs, so that is most likely going to be the case. And here we see Pixel actually getting exhausted, but the Q is missed here. Will the Jester be able to pick up the kill? Yes, actually TedStickles taking that one as well. So Ted's 2-0 right now, and no ward up here. He actually lane ganked, or river ganked, instead of coming through the tri-bush where Mono had warded. Pink's going on here. It looks like they want to get an ice ball onto Zig, and if they do, then TedStickles will most likely be able to follow up on that. The Jester knows that he's low, so he's doing a little bit of the bait, but is his bait effective enough? No. Does not look like he is as delicious as people say Johnny Bravo. If you guys have seen that episode, hella funny. Bring back Cartoon Fridays. Back to the matter at hand. We do have a Dark Biting landed here on Nintendo Dex. Will we see an ult? No, Morgana is not level 6, so she did not have enough damage to finish off Dr. Mundo there. So Nintendo Dex will get out alive. Will still be able to support his team, but not really, because he's going to have to pop a potion. He's going to have to go back into the jungle, and that's where they're going to know that he is. He's either going to be backed or in the jungle, but ineffective no matter where he is. So it's going to put a lot less pressure on the rest of Lzuruha, and especially on Ted Stickles, man. This guy's been doing work. You see exactly how far along he is in his build, whereas Dr. Mundo just sitting with that. And if we check out overall gold, we can see 1,300 to Ted Stickles 1,800, so 500 gold advantage for Ted Stickles already. Plus, I mean, he's a real singer, the brand monk, and does what he pleases, whereas Mundo goes where he pleases. And I think what is stronger, interrogative pronoun. It's not a pronoun, is it? Interrogative word, phrase. Grammar aside, it looks like top lane's going pretty well for Lzuruha too, as Talandra did get that assist for the kill. Actually, no. What? Oh, he missed the taunt. That's right. He missed the taunt, so he didn't get the assist for the kill top lane. So Talandra is still about equal with Zion Spartan. If we check out their gold, we're going to see 1,300 to the action that I'm missing somewhere else. 1,300 to 1,400 to 1577. So a little bit better clearing. You can see 27 to 35. Really awesome last hits, but there goes in the taunt. A lot of harassment going in onto Zion Spartan. He doesn't have his Hex Tech yet, so that means Talandra's actually going to put on a lot of damage. But here comes in Ted Stickles once again with surprise counter gank, and it wasn't surprising if you guys were paying attention to the mini-map, but pretty surprising when you're just kind of trying to focus on casting the action. That's one of the rough things about solo casting stuff, guys. You have to be the cameraman and the caster, and not gonna lie, it gets a little bit rough sometimes, so apologies if I miss anything. Snowball being negated there by the Janna shield. Back up top lane, Ted Stickles is still sitting in the brush. He's trying to do this Ted Stickles bush. If you guys want to know what the Ted Stickles bush is, it is right there. You dive past into the turret, you actually kind of sneak up there once you take bottom turret, and you just stay there for 5 minutes, like literally 5-10 minutes, and you sit there, and somebody walks by there, and you just insta-jib them. It's so brutal. Nintendo X got stunned by the ult there from Morgana, and then will get taken down by Anivia's wall. Actually, no, that was just a troll wall, actually walling Mundo off from Morgana. I don't think that's exactly going to be the most effective option, but already a 3-0 start here for Team Lzuruha. Talking a little bit more about the team comps, this is actually something that you saw straight out of IPL 4. You see the Anivia plus Kog'Maw combo. And you can do this with Anivia plus Vayne. It's basically you have a hard wall in the form of Anivia's crystallized, and that's gonna be able to sit up there and protect in a really effective way anything that you put behind it. And when you put something as significant behind it as a Kog'Maw, that's gonna be definitely enough to— oh my goodness, the flash taunt from Talandra! Slow down. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on up there, but Talandra knows what's up. And that guy's been doing some work. He is sitting at 1-0, and that means that Vlad is 2-0. Actually, Vlad's only died once. The death top lane came on Mundo from the taunt. But here's going to be the blue buff going to Ted Stickles, or actually going to Slushy middle lane. And I don't know, guys. It's 4-0 already, but one of the things that you cannot do is count anybody out at, before 85 minutes into the game, because nothing's decided. I've seen some incredible comebacks in my time, and plus, like, the gold count's not even that far apart. It's literally like less than 1,000 gold between the teams, so it's something that you should pay attention to. Jester's actually picking up double gold, and Ted Stickles coming down, but the bush here is warded for Team Mono Esports, and that's going to mean that Ted Stickles is going to actually opt for a lane gank. I'm not sure if that means the Jester needs to put on that much bait, but actually here comes in Atomic. Is Atomic's Ice Ball going to be enough for Lee Sin to go in? No, it's not, but with Lee Sin passing through Mono's ward, they're actually going to ping. That's maybe not the positioning that Mono wants to have right now. Ted Stickles coming in here to support the Jester, who's actually pretty low, but as far as the CS is concerned, we're going to check out the AD carries at 70 to Vayne 64, so Vayne down a little bit, but does have an assist up. So if we check out the gold, that's going to make it 2,500 to actually 2,600 to about 2,600, so really even on gold. The assist making up for the CS differential. Taunt coming out here from Talandra onto Zion Spartan. You can see that just because Talandra's so tanky right now, he's just dishing out non-stop damage. Talandra forced to drop the Ignite and the ult, trying to turn things around, and Talandra actually going dangerously low. but able to get out of there with the distance the taunt gives him. Slushy landing a Dark Binding to pool combo, and that's going to take down 2, 3, 4, yeah, about 200, 300 health for Anivia. The mouth needs to fix itself. Oh my goodness, he actually hits it! And with the shuttle, this is going to be a death here from Zion Spartan. Will we see a taunt? And actually the kick taunt combo picks up the kill for TedStickles. Okay, that is some CLG action. If you guys were watching the sexy counter juggles, or actually just jungling on Shyvana from St. Vicious, you know that Shyvana, like at one point, I think it was, I don't remember who CLG was playing, but Shyvana ults in from right here, ults over the turret, and then right as she ults, Shen ults Shyvana so that he gets the distance. It's just, oh my goodness, it's so good. And they both instantly pop out of nowhere and get insta-kills, and it's so awesome. And you see Shen actually doing a pretty similar thing. You saw TedStickles fly in there, Talandra ult to his body, and they pick up that kill. So, oh man, I don't know what to say, guys. This is some pretty good play out of Lzuruha so far. They're not trying to make big plays. They're just trying to win their lane, and this is something that is like anti-solo queue in the extreme. And actually, TedStickles sees that's Zion Spartans running back to mid lane, and now that Nintendo Dex is here, TedStickles is gonna try to get the kill here off onto Nintendo. And here comes in the damages. I don't think TedStickles has enough to respond. Talandra's keeping Zion Spartan busy, but what can TedStickles do? He's actually been exhausted, and this could be a kill for Dr. Mundo. And actually, the Ignite will pick up the kill there. Which means that Talandra right now kind of needs to get out of dodge. He knows that Mundo's here, but yeah, definitely not the kill that TedStickles wanted to pick there. He's actually exhausted, and then the red buff dot, not Ignite, like I said earlier. So just clarifying that a little bit. And so every single lane doing as much as they can and just coming out ahead here for Lzuruha. Like I said, not the solo queue mentality. It's kind of like, okay, well, it's obviously the jungler's fault because I can't win my own lane, but at this level, everybody definitely capable of competing at the very highest level. And here comes in the ult. You're going to get the slow field off, but the immediate counter here, and actually the ult from Slushy only catching one, and then the flash out will actually keep them alive. Will Morgana going for the Dark Binding? No! So both members of Mono Esports once again getting out alive bottom lane, and that's pretty significant, because like when you do a 3-man gang with as much CC as Nunu, Morgana, and you know, the Jester's Impale, that's going to be extremely hard to get out of no matter who you are. But, you know, Janet makes things happen. That is why she is probably #1 support at the time. Talandra trying to bait out some turret shots. He actually needs to get back and buy at some point because he's just taking a little bit too much damage. And if you check out the gold that both players have left to spend, you're going to see Shen sitting at 1,000, whereas Vlad's only at 500. So he definitely needs to go turn that into actual items so that he can, you know, solidify that lane advantage he has from being up a kill over Vladimir, who's, you know, has 2 deaths so far. Zion actually missing the Ties of Blood there. I don't think that actually hit anything. You see a ward really close here in the River Bush that actually just expired for Zion Spartan. So he is actually wardless, and he's going to go in with the Ignite, with the ult, and that will be enough to pick up Talandra. Turret not actually aggroing Zion Spartan, only getting 1 turret shot off, which he doesn't really care about. A really good job by Zion, just knowing his boundaries and pushing in for the kill there. So it's 5-2, you know, only a 3. I say, you know, like I'm Canadian. Shout outs to Canadians out there. I believe my friend, never mind. A lot of Canadians out there that are hella awesome. Back to the matter at hand, 5-2, and nobody's down or out yet. It's 17.4 to 17.1. So for what I believe is the first time in this game, Lzuruha is actually pulling ahead by, you know, just that 300 gold lead in you know, in the gold count. I say you know a whole lot. I believe if you did know, I'm slightly redundant to me. So I'll try to work on that, you guys. If you guys have any other, you know, comments or feedback, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below. But as far as comments I have for this game are concerned, just such a good job by TedStickles. They let him have Lee Sin. That's definitely probably, those words don't go together. That is his most solid jungler there. There's a hard definitive statement for everybody who wants to make sure that I actually know what I'm talking about. Slushy and Paradoxical both have their respective blue buffs, so that's going to allow them, you know, a lot of primarily cooldowns now that it doesn't give that much mana regen anymore. I believe they like quartered it from what it used to be. It's actually going to be 85 MP5 for you know, to the 140. That's ability power. 77 for Slushy. So double Doran's going to aid in that as well. No Dorans, but needlessly large Rod of Ages. That actually needs to be an item. I can make that happen. It's actually just the Rod of Ages, but if you can build those two together, we're playing a lot more AP, that's for sure. So top lane's pretty even now that Talandra and Zion Spartan both have their own respective kills, and Talandra's actually taking a lot of damage. He's going for what looks like a Wit's End next, and I don't know if that's really the best option. You need to build a really tanky, because I'm not sure that, you know, maybe he knows, you know, if Shen can close the gap and continually chase to get the extra MR stacks on Wit's End. I mean, it's definitely going to help him in team fights, because Mono is running double AP, so that's going to make out, obviously, any MR you build that much more effective. Plus, you know, Kog'Maw deals a lot of magic damage himself, as does Dr. Mundo with his Burning Agony. I believe Dr. Mundo is actually out of sight, but he's running in there. I believe that that creep did spot him before he got into the bush. Atomic actually dropping down really low, but Zion Spartan top lane getting jumped onto by TenSickles. Will it be enough to pick up the kill? Talandra, oh, Slushy taking it with the pool. Epic KS there by Slushy. Came in there and made things happen. By things, I mean a little bit of TenSickles rage, picking up that assist, as he did have 3 kills before then, so really good job there by both Talandra and TenSickles, getting assists there, making that even more valuable. But actually Paradoxical coming around behind the turret. Nintendo, X, and company are all down there. Exhaust instantaneously onto Anivia, but Atomic actually gets walled off there. He's most certainly going to go down. Digester knows that he wants to get as much damage done as possible, but can't get in range of the Caustic Spittle and or Bio-Arcane Barrage. Oh my goodness, of Kog'Maw. And so right now, the people who are really coming out big so far are, oh man, I've left it on the gold count the whole time. Actually, Anivia has farmed up to 169 CS. That's slightly immense, and that's what's really keeping Mono in the game. They do actually have, well, they're 200 gold down, even though they're down about 3 kills. So they've been making that up in the CS department. Zion Spartan coming in here on Slushy. He may actually opt to land a Dark Fighting. No, he's just going to get out of dodge and leave those minions to do the damage that they can on the turret before they're cleared out by Zion Spartan. Talandra's going to come down after taking the Wolf Camp. He's going to reposition himself slightly after having taken down top turret. That just really means your presence isn't as necessary top lane. You can do a little bit more roaming, and you can try to make plays elsewhere on the map. Dragon's going to respawn in a couple minutes. It's either a couple minutes or a couple seconds. Yeah, it's going to be a couple minutes. So Slushy will be able to help out with, actually, Shen went back top lane. It looks like TenSickles going top lane as well. He's going to pass over Mono eSports ward there, so Zion Spartan will go back a little bit. Ward going in there in the brush for TenSickles. He's actually going to hit his Q. That's going to give him the initiate, but with Nintendo X actually coming in here, TenSickles is a little bit in the danger zone. He's going to have to go for the kick, but he actually does not kick Nintendo. Yellow coming in there from Shen, and actually here comes in Slushy. He's going to get one. He's going to get the second. Actually, no, he just picks up one. Talandra will be alive. TenSickles does go down, but will they actually be able to pick off Nintendo? He has an Aegis to Frozen Heart. There comes in the taunt. Paradoxical is live and up top lane. Ignite might finish off the kill, but Slushy does go down here. To Paradoxical. Is Talandra in the danger zone or not? He's gonna get walled off. That's gonna give Paradoxical actually some auto attacks. It's Talandra running in there. The ward goes down in the bush. But will Talandra actually go down? He's gonna get stunned. Not enough cooldowns here for Anivia. Her blue buff has expired. That did not allow her to get in range for the Frostbite, which could have picked up the kill. I know that he had a lot of stacks from Wit's End, so it might not have been enough, and definitely not something worth taking the turret shot over, as right now you see just Paradoxical going wherever he wants. There he has the needlessly large rod of Ages. Not combined by any means, but ooh, a clutch exhaust there on Digester. Atomic's there, forcing the flash here from Zig, but Digester actually loses ult there. Not the best time for that. Pixel's coming in there, but TenSickles does not get knocked up. He's going to avoid most of the slow. Hits his Q, jumping onto Zig. The heal has been popped, but with so much damage, Zig will pop like a hefty bag filled with tomato sauce. Nintendo's coming in here and joined by Zion Spartan and Pixel. They're going to try to make something happen as minions actually take down a top turret there for Talandra. He's coming down bottom lane. Paradoxical is actually totally out of mana. Only has about 200 mana left. And this is actually going to be a dragon. Yeah, this is going to be a dragon here for Lzuruha. It looks like Nintendo's going to come in here and try to contest this. Will Lzuruha actually peel for this? They are actually getting an ice ball onto, just like, oh, they did pick up the dragon. Nintendo's going to get kicked out of there. Will he actually go down to the auto attack from the Jester? He impales Pixel. That is 2 down for Lzuruha. The ult goes off. The Zonya's at perfect timing. Will stun Zion Spartan, and the Q picks it up for Slushy. Paradoxical is one of the last members alive. Zig just now respawning. Will they be able to chase for the kill here on Paradoxical? OP Wallace. OP. Definitely not Mackler's status. Oh my goodness. The Q almost hits Paradoxical. I don't think that would have killed him because there's only a Zonya's double Dorians and Merc Treads, or actually not Merc Treads, Sork Shoes for Slushy. And It's still ridiculously close. I don't even care. Like, that was so stupid. Oh my goodness. Perfect disengage while still picking up the dragon for Lzuruha. And they just won that fight on all cylinders. Up double the kills of Mono Esports. Tied in turns, but solidly up 2,000 gold. Lzuruha's looking pretty good right now, guys. And I don't know. I got to hype it up for my boys. Like, I cast a lot of Lzuruha games. I cast the Max Track Challenge with them weeklies at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I won't plug that too much more, but I gotta say, they are a hella good team, and you're just seeing it come out here. Now, nothing discounting Mono Esports. It's only a 2K difference, even though they're down 6 kills. They're just making sure to hang on, getting tons of CS. And this is a Nivea kid right now. Mono has what I like to call like sleeper kills. Like, they have so much effectiveness in just the utility that their team provides that's not actually quantifiable. Like, it's all about position. That's why move speed is such a key stat. Like, it doesn't give you any overt damage, but it's so key in positioning. You really can't place an AD value on that. It's just something that you have to use, you know, to your own effectiveness. And the same thing for combos like the Kog'Maw and Nivea combo. Nivea just forms those jungle walls, which is why you want to fight in the jungle with Kog'Maw in the first place, just because he has such ridiculous range. You can attack from over walls. You don't actually need to be there in the fight. And the Nivea wall just says, you can't come at me, bro. And actually, that's something that Lzuruha has done a really good job at. Actually, Slushy does get pathed in there. He actually runs straight at the team. He's like, you know what, guys, we're going to do this. We're going to do this big. And actually forces Mono to back off a little bit there. So you saw exactly how much pressure Slushy has. Peak Ward in the bush is actually going to allow a lot of map control here for Mono. They do get sight here on the red golem, but will they get the smite off in time? Yes, they do. Nintendo not able to get that off. And actually, here comes in the initiate, but Slushy gets chugged ahead of time. Luckily, he does get the black shield off, but he will go down. The Jester's gonna get chugged, and he's gonna go down as well. So that is 2 down for Lzuruha, and a horrible positioning in that team fight, just letting themselves get poked down by Kog'Maw. Atomic's gonna make it out bottom lane. It looks like TEDsignal's forced to use his ult to disengage there. This could be a Baron for Mono Esports. Lzuruha not coming up big right there. They're gonna be able to contest this a little bit. TEDsignal's gonna try to pressure from over the wall. Gonna throw that ward, but they do have an Oracles on Pixel, and that's going to allow Mono to continue this dragon. They do have Atomic from the rear warding that out, and here comes in the steal. Is it good? Is the Baron going to get stolen? It does, and TEDsignals makes it out alive. Clutch Baron steal by TEDsignals for Team Lzuruha. They pick up the Baron, and they don't even lose TEDsignals. He's gonna go back as fast as possible. He gets found out, he gets walled, but he's gonna be able to dodge there. Gets hit, and will he actually go down there? One more auto. He's gonna go hard in the paint versus Paradoxical. He actually has a lot of live skills than Zion Spartan. Will aid Paradoxical in picking up that kill, but it's 12-9. I don't even know what to say right now, guys. That is it's absolutely insane. It's 1,500 gold for Team Lzuruha. They got 300 on absolutely everybody. They're up by those 3 kills. Up almost 2,000 gold once again. They're tied in turrets, but with that Baron buff, not a whole lot of people on Team Lzuruha are going to have it. Actually, Talandra is going to get it. Digester and Slushy both missed it because they were dead. Atomic will get that as well. So they only have Baron buff on 2 people, so it's a little bit of a wash. But I don't even, I have no words for that. Like, I'm a caster, I'm supposed to be all articulate and eloquent and loquacious and verbacious and all this other nice stuff, but I don't even know what to say. That was so awesome. And I'm going to stop, you know, the rabid fanboyism right now, because I don't want to appear biased in any way, even though it's a little bit difficult for me. But, I mean, look, it's Mono Esports. They got 4th place in IPL, and I don't even know. Like, they destroyed teams that were there. I mean, they had epic games versus Curse. You guys should definitely go check that out. And never count anyone out is the lesson that I learned from watching them play. And that is certainly not anything that I've done this time around. We've got, yeah, just checking out the item builds as far as the effectiveness that it has. I mean, you saw right before that Baron fight, they were down a little bit, not really a significant amount, and they came back, they chunked both of the carries for Team Lzuruha, so they have that capability. And if we go into another team fight here, and Lzuruha has that same thing happen to them once again, there's just not going to be any way that Lzuruha can stop that. They just need to make sure that they make the big plays. 3-man stun, actually, by Anivia there. Be chilled for a while, but the blue buff was stolen there by Slushy, and that may be the only play that Lzuruha can make off of this. Stealing blue buff does make a really big difference in team fights, because if your Dark Binding comes off cooldown before Paradoxical Snowball does, then you're just gonna have that effectiveness, that heavy CC in the fight. And That's probably gonna make or break things. To be honest, like 2 stuns for Morgana is just so effective in team fights. Because if you don't land one of them, you're probably gonna land the other one. Talandra moving top lane is going to be able to just AFK split push, farm that up. And that's really what you want to do. You want to send Shen split pushing. That's the position you want to be in when the rest of your team has a slight advantage. You don't necessarily need him right there. Plus, I mean, he's Shen. And actually, Dark Biting barely missing. Oh man, you can see Nintendo and Paradoxical kind of getting a little bit close there. Cannon is going to take the turret for a couple of shots. But actually, top lane, Talandra's not just split pushing, but he almost kills off Zion Spartan. And that's going to mean that the rest of Lzuruha rotating top lane. It's going to be 4v5 right now. Ed with pushing on the turret from a Digester who has his Infedge Zeal already complete. They don't want to fight on top of that Void Ooze. That's definitely, you know, it makes it basically impossible to disengage because you're kind of stuck there. And it's not like they have like a Cassiopeia to prevent engages, you know, by, you know, when you face your ult, you get paralyzed. So turn to stone actually, which is petrified, not paralyzed. Grammar fails for the win. So right now, Lzuruha is just sieging this turret. They know they have an advantage. They have a poke advantage. I don't think they have a wave clear advantage just because Mono does have that Nvidia Vlad combo, which can basically just insta-jiv as many minions as you want. But Digester wants to like trade turret shots just for taking this turret. And Mono's actually backing off now, conceding the turret for Team Lzuruha. They're going to be able to take that down. Actually, Digester took a little bit of damage there. I'm not sure if that's exactly what he wanted. And he's actually probably asking Testicles to let him heal off of Raze. Actually, he gets 3 autos there. Just gets him back up to about 4/5 health. And he's going to be able to heal back to full off of the minions here. That's just the effectiveness of Vamp Scepter. People figured out once they nerfed lifesteal, the counter to that was not just to build more and more lifesteal that was less and less effective, but to just get a little bit of lifesteal and put the rest of your gold towards straight damage. And if you can do that, then it's basically the same because you get the same aggregate percentage of lifesteal. Back to the matter at hand, we got mid lane. It looks like the poke has turned against Team Lzuruha, as especially with Kog'Maw, they're going to be able to just. I think I said that Lzuruha had a poke advantage. I don't actually think that they do, just because you know the other team has Kog'Maw and Nivea's. Ugh, gross. I really do need to figure out my positioning here in my chair. I'm just kind of like, I think Artosis and Tasteless would say wiggling and jiggling, and I'm not quite on that level yet, but I'm pretty excited. I think I've been shaking my leg this whole time, and if that's fed back into the mic, then I apologize for that. But we're going to go for it, and hopefully I'll be a little bit less excited as things move on. Oh, taking a little bit of a water break, so sorry if my camera work was just kind of sitting still there. Zion Spartan's farming up top lane, and the rest of Mono is just trying to push. Started bumping the mic again. It's just going to push the mid lane back. Gotta figure out something to do with my mic cord, because like right now it's kind of dangling over my leg, and so whenever I move, it's like, okay, stuff you guys don't really care about. You guys care about this game, and what's happening right now is Phantom Dancer picked up on Vayne, so she already has 2 of the big 3 items that you want. The big 3 are Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, so that things don't, like Frozen Heart, don't just like completely destroy your build. And you can also mix in a Bloodthirster there if you're just ridiculously farmed, as well as probably a Cleanse Sash. She's actually not running Cleanse, so Digester not really afraid of any of the slows or stuns that Mono have to offer. He's just like, hey man, I'm gonna stay in the back. I have excellent heal and actually a brief engagement here as Testicles runs in there to just take some last hits. Atomic and Slushy gonna take out the ward laid there in the top middle brush, and now they're gonna push. And this is a really strong position because once again, sent Talandra's top lane, and that means that once they finish pushing out the top lane, he can either ult back or he can just like walk back. He's actually pulled Zion Spartan away from the rest of the team. That's exactly what that strategy is designed to accomplish. So now it is 4 versus 4, and I guess the plan is that Lzuruha has a better 4 than Mono does, and Talandra certainly capable at this point with 165 magic resist, certainly capable of taking down Vladimir. He actually has a potion of fortitude there, actually a might shroom I believe it's called now, and that's just basically for the Vlad ult. You know, if you get taken down, you know you're gonna die, you just pop it and then you live. It's like wait, all the way. And Slushy's just kind of zoning out Nintendo. There's no ward in there, but with Cleavers coming out of the bush, you pretty much know that's where Mono is residing. Everybody grouped up. We have 4 versus 5, but it's really a 5 versus 5 plus a shield from Talandra. So that does give oddly enough, Lzuruha the advantage here. And actually, wow, 3 autos coming out from Zig, who has basically the same build that Digester does with the lack of the promotion of Phantom Dancer. All right, I'm really gonna have to work on this mic situation. I think I found a solution here. All right, there we go. We're cooking. We got this. Chill out. Oh my goodness. Back to the matter at hand, which is probably my favorite segue of this game, but not a whole lot going on. This is kind of the dead zone where both teams are just vying for positioning, and it's just gonna go from 0 action to all action. It's either Slushy getting hit by a cleaver or landing a dark binding could just totally turn this game around. And what's gonna turn the game around is actually a Baron attempt here. This time Lzuruha is in a commanding lead. They catch Zig with a dark binding. Zig gets instant chipped by Digester. Digester is roaming free in the back of the team. Zionspark gets pinned against the wall. Digester does have a flat hold on him, so he's gonna have to actually use that summoner heal. He's just sitting in the back, dishing out massive damage. He's gonna be able to get around the wall. He's caught in the slow field by Anivia, and he actually gets taken out by an ice ball there, so that is not very good for Lzuruha. Actually, a flash over the wall from Paradoxical is going to allow Zalander to stick to him. Here comes in Slushy. Is he actually going to get bursted out? Slushy goes down as well, and Paradoxical MVP taking down 3 members for Team Lzuruha, bringing that fight back to even. Pixel gets out alive, but Paradoxical is actually going to get out alive as well. And oh my goodness, Paradoxical just MVPing that fight. Just waiting for cooldowns to come out. Had actually a Sage of the Sport in his inventory. Should have popped that during the fight, but his focus was on doing work, and that's exactly what he did, taking down, like I said, every single one of the carries for Lzuruha. I should probably not enunciate it. And no Zonya's use there from Morgana. I feel like that would have definitely saved her life and gotten them the kill there, actually, on Paradoxical, if she had been able to prevent herself from getting picked off there. So I don't know, man. That was definitely clutch. Really good positioning from Anivia, flashing over this wall, putting so much distance, and then Lzuruha's like, you know what, screw it, guys, we have to go for this. And so they had to take a long way around. I just pointed at the screen with my finger, because you guys can obviously see that. Had to take the long way around, and that allowed Anivia time to get her cooldowns back, and eventually picking off 3 members for Team Lzuruha, just single-handedly just taking that fight out. And that's going to make Anivia super big. She already has Void Staff, Roa Death Cap, and that's going to give her 527 AP. If we check out the AP here for Slushy, actually sitting at 468, so still pretty significant. It has both BF wanted items. Definitely significant, like I said before. Here comes in the ult. Here comes in 10 Stickles. Will he get the second steal of the game? He gets it! And that's the second steal there for 10 Stickles. The Jester's in the back. Here comes in Zionspark. He's gonna have to get pinned against the wall. Gets pushed back. Will the third hit be enough? Yes, it will. Slushy survives. He does not have Zonya's used anymore, but that is a 3-4-0 and a Baron steal once again. Oh my goodness. 10 Stickles, I need to have your E-Babies at this very moment. That is so amazing. Okay, back to the matter at hand. No more HP yelling in the mic, but what we are going to see here is a middle turret going down, and this could actually be the game. With actually, Paradoxical is still alive, so he's going to be able to clear waves, and with Ziggs there to clear waves as well. I'm not sure that Lzuruha really wants to push in on this. They do have a Digester, and he is absolutely off the Chizane right now. He could go back and buy Last Whisper if he wanted to, and it looks like after taking the first inhibitor of the game for Lzuruha, the rest of the team will just go ahead and back off there. They lost no one. They stole there, and they turned the team fight around, and they picked people off when they knew they needed it. Excellent peel for Digester. He tumbled into this bush, which lost mono side of him, and then when Zion Spartan tried to come in, you saw Slushy right there with the backup. Perfect peel, and that's exactly what he needed to do. Lzuruha making big plays, man, and you make the little ones, and then you don't get greedy for the big ones when you're forced to make the choice to take it and make the I don't even know what I'm saying. They made the big plays. They were awesome, and that's about all I got to say about that. Zig and Paradoxical roaming around as kind of the killer duo. Both of the super hard late game carries here for Mono are actually doing a lot of work. You can see the green pot actually Fury Fungus on Zig, just trying to get as much crit as possible. As that's, you know, coupled with the Infinity, it's just going to do ridiculous amounts of damage. And really the Fortitude Potion, which was his alternative, not really that effective. Mundo actually picking up Warmonks. Does he have that actually complete? He went actually for a Thorn Mail. He does not want to be focused there because he knows that the true damage coming out from Digesters, not something you want to deal with as a high HP target. Going Aegis, Thorn Mail, and then getting a Giant's Belt, most likely for Warmonks. He's sitting at 218 armor, which is going to negate about 70%. It's like 68 to 70%. of your damage as far as AD is concerned. But with the last Whisper, I believe, complete, yeah, I don't even know what to say right now. Chain Vest picked up here by Digester. I'm not sure why he went Chain Vest. He's either going for some sort of a Frozen Heart, or maybe even like a Randuin, just to keep people off of him if he decides to, if he gets, you know, chunked there by Nintendo. Really, the goal here for the next team fight for Lzruha is A, have Slushy get as many people caught in his ult. That's going to slow them and allow a lot more mobility for Digester. B, they're going to have to peel Mundo off of Digester as fast as humanly possible, because that dude does a lot of damage. He only has 122, but when you pop Burning Agony, it gives you 100 DPS, and as well as Masochism, increasing your damage by 70. That's like almost 2 BF swords that you just magically get by hurting yourself a little bit. So I think I'd be up for that a little bit. But as you know, BDSM aside, it's going to be Talandra pushing down bottom lane, split pushing once again, and he's just been so consistent, so good at this. He has ridiculous tank stats right now. If I can stop double clicking him and click on the creeps, there we go. I'm so bad at this game, guys. Oh my goodness, he is sitting at a 171 over 200 as far as defensive stats are concerned. Not going down anytime soon, especially with that Guardian Angel up. And this means that actually the Baron buff is almost exhausted here for Team Lzruha. Just a couple more ticks, and it's either exhausted or halfway. Yet there it goes. It's almost gone, and that's going to mean that Lzruha needs to make something out of the last minutes of this buff. Will they just opt for another turret? It looks like this is what they're going to go for. They're going to get chunked a little bit there by a cleaver, but they need to be so careful. This is the turning point of the game, guys. If they manage to take down another turret, if they manage to get an inhibitor, if they manage to come out of this in any way positive, they're just going to be able to AFK push down mid lane for the win. For the win. I believe what I just said. Not intentional, I assure you, but I don't know. Here's what's going on, guys. Talandra is pushing, split pushing bottom lane. You can just see with the feint, there's just no way that Silent Spartan can damage him. He is really tanky himself, but here goes, actually I say here goes right as they disengage, because Anivia clears waves like a boss. I mean, Morgana has a pool that's pretty effective, but nothing clears waves quite like an Anivia. And you can see Zion Spartans continuing to try to get up there. Paradoxical get hit really hard right there. Got hit really hard, and that's what the ping was for. He's gonna be able to clear it up, because I believe, actually no, they don't have the spell vamp from Zion Spartan. They're just going in here, and actually, wow, look at Pixel's health. Instantly taken down to about 3/4 there, just from one dark biting. Talandra's getting chased out by Zion Spartan. Talandra goes back in. He says, man, I got damage out out something or other. Zion Spartan going up against Talandra. Talandra even has that Guardian Angel, forcing the pool there, and then we'll be able to heal up off of those Vorpal Blades. Continual poke war, and Lizard's fine with this. They know that they have a really strong late game. You know, their late game is a little bit stronger right now, just because of how ridiculously farmed Vayne is. 323 farm. That's like a Nivea level, and she's 6-0 and has an AoE wave clear. So that's pretty effective, especially since the Chain Vest was actually turned into an Archangel staff, which is actually Guardian Angel. I always mix up those two just because they have Angel. I swear, if Riot puts one more Angel item in this game, I'm not going to be able to tell what is happening at all. Zion Spar is actually going to be able to pick up the kill here on Talandra, popping the Guardian Angel, but will this give Talandra enough health to combat Zion Spar? No, it will not. He's going to get the burst combo off, but will this be enough? He's going to flash through the bush, try to run away, but actually, will he be able to? I think he is, and Lzruha actually disengaging from top lane. They're coming down here to protect Talandra. Will he be able to get out alive? The jump in, the taunt is good, and the pool, will he be able to pick up the kill? No, Zion Spartan goes down. And that is 4-on-5 action, 19-12 for Lzruha. They're up 10,000 gold. For the first time this game, they have established a solid lead. That's actually not for the first time. They're actually just going to face tank this turret. That's going to go down, and that will be 7 turrets. Actually, it has one more hit. Okay, yeah, so Slushy takes down that 7-3 as far as turrets are concerned. This game is absolutely off the charts. Lzruha doing so much work right now. You can see actually the only items really completed on Atomic is the Shirelia's Merc Treads, but so many wards bought this game. He actually does not have any wards currently, or any additional wards. But I'm not even sure that matters. It looks like there's a wave pushing top lane. The Digester's going to take the red buff from Mono. And really, the problem that Lzruha is going to have here is pushing against a wave clear. But when there's no turret there, you can just walk up, blast at the inhibitor once more. Digester right now is ridiculously farmed. He has farm, he has lifesteal, he has damage, he has magic or armor penetration, he has unkillability in A, heal, and B. Freaking Guardian Angel. So what can Mono do against this? I don't know, but they need to make it happen, because sooner or later Baron will be contested. It is up, and Lzuruha could be making a play for this. I feel like they probably should go back and actually, yeah, Ted Stickle's sitting on 2.3k gold. Definitely needs to buy 1,500 gold there on Vayne. Doesn't necessarily need to go buy it. Really just needs to wait until she can pick up that Bloodthirster. She could actually just go, kill off the dragon right now, but he's gonna opt to prevent this blue buff. Are we gonna be able to see it stolen? Yes, it is actually stolen there from Anivia. Denying blue from Paradoxical is exactly what Lzuruha needed to do, because what they were going up against was really rough wave clears, and now that they've denied Anivia blue, that's just gonna make that so much easier for them, just because Anivia won't be able to sustain that as well. I mean, obviously there's gonna be a Kog'Maw there to clear the waves as well, but it just every little bit helps. Lee Sin's pickup is actually an Atma's Impaler on top of a Frozen Mallet, plus Doran's Negatron Cloak's just there for Anivia, popping a Mind Shroom actually, and actually going for the crit as well. Now that he actually picks up an Atma's, really good timing on that pot, just because it's gonna increase his crit chance to 26%. So every one out of 4 autos will hit, and that's really pretty significant, especially when that Atma's brought his attack damage up to 247 damage, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. Just living a little bit dangerously. You can see a flash wall, flash frost freeze thing, and I don't know, just making stuff up right now, guys. Except that could actually happen, with the exception of my lack of knowledge of the name of that flash frost, like frost. I don't know. Back to the matter at hand. We do have Baron coming up. Actually, well, it's up and it's under contestation. It's being contested by Lzuruha. It's actually being contested by Mono, because Lzuruha is in position for it. Oh man, I gotta take a little time to collect my thoughts here, guys. Take a little bit of drink. All right, we're back in this. Lzuruha's actually going for a back door. We've got Talandra bottom lane, has a minion push down there. He's autoing the turret down. It could go down as well. Ted Stickles and the rest of Lzuruha are going top. If Mono splits this perfectly, they could come out with a really solid advantage, but the turret does go down. Mundo pops his ult. They're going in there, but an instantaneous ult from Slushy keeps him alive. There's the Zarya. Slushy will actually go down here. Pops the black shield. Could go down, but actually, no. Yes. Goes down there, but so that is 1-to-1 Zig going down as well. Ult from Vladimir coming up extremely big, but what can you do against the Jester? I don't know. I'm not sure. You can send 4 people at him. All right, that works. But he does have Peel from Atomic, and the rest of Lzuruha is just gonna get out of dodge. They took 1 turret. They got the second down to half health. And man, that was so close. They lost Slushy, and they lost Talandra and Ted Stickles, Ted puts a ward over the wall, and he's gonna figure that out. They're gonna go for no. Okay, now this, guys, this is game throws. There's no way that Lzuruha can complete this Baron. This is a horrible positioning for them, and they need to leave as fast as possible. Unless they can make the big plays, I don't know what's about to happen. Ted Stickles getting out bottom lane. He knows that. Oh my goodness, he could have landed that. That would have been terrible. They're actually baiting Digester in there. Digester is gonna go down almost immediately, except that that's not what happened. Digester lives, and he's actually chasing Nintendo X. He's hurting himself through that Thornmail, and he actually kills himself on the Thornmail. The Jester kills himself on Mundo's Thornmail, but he does respawn, and that means that they're gonna go in here onto the egg from Paradoxical. Paradoxical goes down, and there is 5 members alive for Team Lzuruha, as the carry is, well, really what's been AP carrying them the entire game. Zion, Spartan, and Paradoxical are down for the count. That's going to be inhibitors, that's going to be deaths, and 10 Stickles actually will go down here, and that's going to mean bad news for Lzuruha. They pushed in on Baron. That's really not what they wanted to do. They got kills off of it, and it worked really well in their favor, so, good job, good guys, Lzuruha. But with the Shurelya's pop, that means that they're actually going to have to get out of there as fast as possible. I actually think that Janna could actually slow down. No, perfect flash, perfect split right around the tornado from, oh my goodness, from Pixel. And I guess they just don't make Howling Gales like they used to. Because man, that was so clutch. And actually, Minions almost taking down the top inhibitor. Could it go down? It's at 100 health. It's at 50 health. It's at 30. Top inhibitor goes down to Minions. Nintendo X not getting there fast enough. Mid inhibitor close to respawning, but that is 2 down. No more base turrets. Only the 1 at the Nexus. 1 goes down. That's probably what Lee Sin, died to accomplish. So mission accomplished there. Surrender vote actually failing 1-2 for the purple team. And right now, guys, almost 10 kills up, over 10,000 gold advantage here for Team Lzruha, and now they will push in onto Baron with a much stronger team composition. However, all 5 are alive for Team Mono Esports. They're pushing in here, and they know that there's nothing they can do. There's no way they can out DPS Vayne right now. Does he have Bloodthirster? Full build Vayne right now. This is full build 45-minute Vayne for you guys. And, you know, Mono does have a Kog'Maw, and that Kog'Maw does have 3 of the most important items, just lacking the Bloodthirst. There's so many wards actually right now. Double stacks on wards for Pixel. He's going to be throwing those out real fast, except that now they do have a cooldown. So less trolls going to in that regard, but Mono's grouping up around mid. They do have a defender's advantage being able to switch between 4 from offensive mastery, and that's what we're going to be looking at this game. So we should probably just see a group up and a 5-on-5 action. That's actually what Mono wants. They want them to get frustrated split pushing, and they want to just draw this back to a big open engagement where Nivea has enough time to throw down that slow field, which is basically like channeling a Nunu without a Nunu and without, you know, the burst damage at the end, but she provides plenty of burst damage up front. And it's just, how does Lzuruha push in on this? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think that Ted Stiggle's, you know, doing a good job trying to kill off the minions, but when you can wave clear infinitely, I don't know what's going to happen here. Neither team wants to make a mistake, and right now Lzuruha is kind of letting Mono back in the game. Zig is able to single-handedly clear top lane. You got a Nivea middle and Vlad just going bottom lane, even though Talandra actually has a Phantom Dancer. I'm not sure what's up with that. Just getting crazy fast attack speed. Look at how much damage he's doing to his Ion's part, and he's not taking any either. He wants to go in onto that inhibitor, but as soon as he goes in on that inhibitor, Talandra is just going to get blown up by either Vlad or the you know, assistance of his teammates. And here comes in Lzuruha. They want to make a play top lane. They're pushing in here. They're trying to micro against the inhib. I mean, the inhib does respawn. Actually got 3 or 4 autos off on it, and no slow there from the Voidoo's. Now that Voidoo's gone, Morgana's gonna look to make a play. You could see a flash initiate. You could see, well, basically whatever you wanted, but I don't know. It's really gonna be about who can clear what fastest. Oh my goodness, there's a dark binding opportunity there. But you know, you definitely have to save things more when you used it, or when you need it. Almost, yeah, what, 10-21 crits coming out from Digester. That's absolutely ridiculous. You actually, what Lzuruha could do is they could just spell shield the ice ball, actually force Atomic to come in there, not actually taking a whole lot of damage. But Ted Stickles with mid, Talandra with bottom lane, and the rest of Lzuruha coming in there. An excellent spell shield at the perfect moment will keep Slushy at full health. They're gonna have to push in here with that spell shield. They could just jump onto Zig, and oh man, actually Digester getting chunked there. Slushy getting stunned, and Slushy will go down there. Oh my goodness, Slushy getting picked there, and just by perfect slows. Not a whole lot you can do. Digester's gonna push out this top lane, and that's gonna mean that Talandra needs to get out of there. Ted Stickles kicks Mundo away, flashes away himself. Ted Stickles and Talandra are gonna be able to get out of there alive, and actually Zig going up against Digester, he's actually gonna dodge the ult from Zig. So actually, let's check the damage there. 160 plus 79 plus, oh wait, it does retard damage and has a negligible cooldown. Atomic to get chased down here. He is getting slowed. He has no way to get out other than Blood Boil, but he's getting stuck into by a frozen Nala. He's gonna channel his ult, and now Atomic's getting picked off here. This is not what Lzuruha needs. He tries to juke, gets hit by the cleaver. That's 2 down for Lzuruha. Lock of the Iron Solari is the instant purchase. Digester going for another Phantom Dancer. He actually sold boots, got another Phantom Dancer. He's still sitting at 405 move speed, which is actually, that's 405 attack damage, 390 move speed. So he's going for as much of a late game build as possible. He's going to try to do, it's just allowing him to deal damage. He can't actually do that because A, Kog'Maw super long range, and B, there's just no way that he can withstand the poke. He needs Beef to go in there, and as beefy and chunky as Ted Stickles and Talandra are, they just can't make a coordinated effort. I mean, look at what Mono's doing. They have all 3 inhibitors up, and this is kind of the game that never ends, guys. It's 56 minutes into the game. And what are we doing here? Like, we're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and there's no, like, delay of game or anything. It's just basically both teams at the exact same point in their builds. We have 90,000 gold to 75,000 gold. So theoretically, that's an incredible advantage here. 25,000 gold up for Team Lzuruha, but where's it going? It's going just stacking. You can see 2,200 gold here on Vayne. Vayne is like, you know, God mode right now. Has double pots available with an oracles. Not really any need to pick up a blue pot other than CDR. So yeah, we could see Digester pick that up. But what is really significant is that it's just the pushing. It's the pushing. They need to do it. They need to make it happen. And now Mono has actually been able to push out every single one of their lanes back to, well, basically mid lane. So they're all at the river. And so what we're going to have to see is a little bit more split pushing. Actually, you can see the Jester wants Talander with him at all times. Just look at the number of Guardian Angels here. There's 2 for Lzruha. You can see right there. How many do we have for? Actually, none for Mono, but they do have 2 Zhonya's because they're running double AP. Pretty much everyone getting end game builds. The only thing you don't see is the blasting one built into, I don't know, either probably like an Abyssal, I'd guess. Well, Legacy, I am spectating game 2, or actually round 2 of the ESL, the NESL's Go4LoL March monthly finals. If I can quote that correctly. Man, I don't know. I've been spectating this game for almost an hour, guys. I don't know if you guys have ever like held a conversation with yourself for an hour, but you should definitely go check it out sometime to get a little bit of perspective on this. And I don't even know what to say right now. We got full builds on everybody. I'm just gonna go down and like list off some builds right now. You guys can see it down here, but some key items are no boots on Vayne, just going double Phantom Dancers, so strong. Actually, no Rylai's yet for Slushy. Does not quite have enough gold for that. Look at Vayne, she has 25,000 gold almost. And you can see Anivia with 18,000. I almost wanted to correct myself and say 100 just because I'm not used to saying 18,000 in League of Legends, but that is it's pretty ridiculous. They're closing on, they just have like 6.7 thousand gold, 5.7 left before they hit 100,000, and it's gonna be pretty monumental. I've never casted a 100,000 gold game before. But man, right now I'm just gonna kind of hang back, chill out with you guys, and take a quick drink of water before I get into this any further. Alright, no more excuses. I have no more water. I went through an entire bottle just this game, so hopefully I did that stealthily enough where it wasn't that big a deal. But alright, here's the deal. Shen is going at full attack speed now. I don't know what's up with that. If he was just like stupidly beefy, he could just, you know, run in there and take no damage and, you know, win the game. But he's going attack speed, so he's going a lot more damage. He's sitting at 2.2 attack speed. If he gets blood boiled, I don't even know what to say. I'm not sure why he's going attack speed either, because we have a Dr. Mundo that has no core now, so you don't want to go attack speed versus that. And Madras is primarily against high HP targets, so it's basically just going to be to proc his passive as much as possible. And, you know, if this is late game Shen build, then I don't know how to build Shen, which is, well, probably true anyways. We're going to see Slushy clear out the mid lane. Doesn't have his Rylai's yet, which I already commented on, so that's one item that he could get. Right now, oh, actually, Atomic getting hit there. So right now, Lzuruha is split, and could we actually see Mono use this to their advantage? No. We're gonna let them get back together and just back off once again. They know that, oh wait, they're gonna have to split, or they're gonna have to split push. They're gonna have to push out all these waves, and pretty much they're just gonna like try to put as much pressure on Mono as possible. I mean, they have base defense for the win. They have so much disengage. Like Janna has peel. You had the wave clearing from Anivia. You had the wave clearing and the disengage from Vladimir between his Tides of Blood and then Pool. You did actually see Digester get a couple of autos off on the top inhibitor. Ping's just pushing him off of that, and the tower's actually going to get hit. That's going to give Mono positioning onto Lzuruha. They're just waiting for the throws right now. Right now, it's not about who can be the best, but who can not be the worst. You don't have to be pro to take down inhibitors. You just have to not get picked off. And ooh, that cleaver would have been death. I can almost certainly assure you that at this point in the game, if you get CC'd basically at all, it's just so horrible for your team, because that's the disadvantage that the other team needs to go in on. Right now, you know, the teams come up with these team pumps ahead of time. They're like, okay, best case scenario, this is what happens. We have almost 100,000 gold, 700 gold away from picking up 100,000 gold. Once again, Slushy going in. This time he's not playing timidly. He's like, you want to fight this? You want to go, bro? Bro? And he runs in there. There comes Nintendo Dex onto Taladra. Look at how much Nintendo Dex is just getting taken down. Here comes in the initiate. They're going to hit the chip. Paradoxical getting focused by Taladra. Paradoxical goes down. Atomic channeling and all. Nintendo Dex could go down as well. You see 5 versus 4 as Paradoxical, the #1 carry, is out. Slushy will make it out alive. And what else is going on? Zig is still there dishing out massive damage. This could be the fight to end the game. Mid inhibitor is super low. Actually, Zion Spartan gets caught once again. Tentacles wants to jump in there as well. Slushy takes down the middle inhibitor. He's going to go top with Jester, and Zig's actually going to zone them out now. They're split up a little bit, so they need to make sure that they, don't take too much damage. They don't want to totally back out on this, as they do have a really solid advantage now that Paradoxical is down for another 40 seconds. It looks like they're just going to roll bottom lane and take out the minion wave there. Jester's going to push things out top lane, and then just roll back towards the mid lane. Oh my goodness, guys, I kind of exploded there, but I just I want to talk about something, and I don't know what to talk about now. I'm just talking really fast to make up for everything. So, here's what's up. Took out Paradoxical. That's pretty good. They took out his egg, most importantly, so that's going to be down for another 3 to 4 minutes. I forget what the cooldown actually is. So, let's see. Stage the spores. There's the egg timer. And if we go ahead and check out the ult, that's going to be a cooldown is 75 mana, 4-second cooldown. The passive cooldown, 4-minute cooldown. Oh, I'm so good at this game. I know timers. I don't actually know any of these timer though. So, apologies for that. Back to the matter at hand. They just backed off of that. They have 102,000 gold, guys, and they backed off. They got Baron, so that's something. They're just gonna go back and they're like, hey, if we can make plays like that, but they're actually about to run out of Baron. So they took down an inhibitor, so that's really good. They don't have to go mid because mid's going to get pushed by super minions. Muno's trying to do his best to stave the tide, but they will have super minions that at this rate are pushing in with 380 AD, 325 move speed, and actually, well, they have negative stats now, but we're going to see final buys for Atomic. What does he pick up as an end game support? He actually has Lock of the Iron Solari, Wards, Pots, Shirelia's, Zeke's, and Aegis, and that is a pretty stacked support if I've ever seen one. How often do you guys see your support with 16,000 gold? Not that often. Closing in on 27,000 for Jester. You can just see, like, this is ridiculous, guys. It's so passive, so, like, disengage worthy. There's a game during the GG Classic tournament that came up recently. It was CLG versus 4-Not. CLG won with 200 ping from Korea versus one of North America's top teams in 4-Not. And they didn't have Dan Din full form. And CLG won just because they didn't fight, they disengaged, and they just kept pushing for the win. And that's kind of what Mono's attempting to do. They're just kind of trying to disengage, back up, farm up, and eventually you get as many items as you possibly can. You can't do any more unless you sell everything for Warmogs, stack it all up, and have 1,000,000 HP, go in, tank all the things, do all the damages, pick up an Atlas as well. So I don't know what their strategy is going to be. I'm shaking my legs again, so I hope that's not going in there. Oh my goodness, Slushy. Oh, Slushy, don't do this to me. And now with that Locket of the Iron Solari and with the CC going out there, we're actually going to have to wait for the cooldown from Slushy. There's so many potions. Everybody triple potted basically for Team Lzuruha. They're going to push in there almost, over 928 damage. Crits there. They just need, oh, Jester. I'm trying to wiggle the mouse around a little bit. Slushy just trying to keep throwing this down. If Paradoxical goes down, he actually has, wow, his egg's almost up. It's almost been 4 minutes since that last team fight. Thanks for sticking around, guys. This game is 65 minutes long. This is absolutely ridiculous. And so you guys should definitely stick around for the entire game. If you have, then shout outs to you guys. Post down below in the comments if you watched everything. And definitely give you a shout out or something. Oh my goodness, almost landing the Dark Binding. Just everybody trying to focus everybody else and just, well, not really trying to focus, trying to just get that little kick, that little damage, that little CC. There goes the Shirelias. We're going to see Slushy jump in there. They're going to chunk Nintendo Dex. He cannot move, but he cannot take damage either just because he has 112 magic resist. He has tons and tons of health. And actually, Slushy's going to get chunked here. They're going to throw down a Dark Biting. The Insta Cleanse is going to make that a disengage instantaneously. That Sickles wants to jump over the wall. He's a little bit split right now. And Mono knows this. They're going to try to make the best happen out of this. The Jester actually, so many spell shields. That thing is ridiculous. You have 611 Warmogs. I was like, why didn't he get a Rylai's? He totally could have picked up a Rylai's. He's going for the Warmogs. Slushy's like, hey man, we're gonna get picked off sooner or later. Actually, there goes in the initiate from Tentacicle. He's actually getting picked up. Paradoxical taking almost deathly damage right off the bat. And actually, the kick is gonna take Spartan in. The excellent ult there from Jenna. Will disengage everything, but Digester's in the very back. He gets exhausted, but is that going to be enough? Muno is actually doing so much damage to Digester with just his Thorn Mail, but there comes in Digester coming up so big. Atomic barely living with him, walks into the ult from Paradoxical, will fall, and that's going to be 1 for 2. That's about the as much of an advantage as you could possibly hope for. Salandra gets taken down there. Digester still has his Archangels, whereas Paradoxical's egg is still alive. He did not actually die there. They picked up Nintendude and Zig. Now Lzuruha is going to push up towards top lane. Tentacicle is just so low, and so is Salandra. Paradoxical actually getting baited in there. They're going to land the Q. Will Tentacles go in on this? Yes, he will, but he dashes immediately right back out because you don't want to go in on that. Oh my goodness, Paradoxical, man. You're scaring me, man. I don't know what's up here, but that is the bottom inhibitor this time for Team Lzuruha. And, oh man, guys. Looks like LzH is just going to back off and try to go back, heal up, take down Baron, and then push in for the other inhibitors. You know, there's a sizable minion wave. They do actually have super minions penetrating the base currently. And Kanan minions, super minions, whatever. I think that was the last super minion from the middle wave respawn. But here comes in Digester. He's going to try to one-man Baron. What the frick, Digester? Get back to base. Digester's going to go back. He's like, I got all this money, but I still can't 1v1 Baron. And that's just because, you know, Baron continues to level, and you're not going to be able to do it 1v1 as Vayne. It doesn't have any sort of, like, tank stats. Triple Pots, once again, wants to make sure that that lasts for the entire moment, the entirety of the team fight. Look at how much this Zeke's Herald helped. 2.5 passive. Like, with Blood Boil, 2.5 attack speed on your Vayne. And when Vayne deals 373 damage per auto, I don't know how you can mitigate that at any point. That's 40% damage reduction. Maw of Malmortius actually picked up as a tank item on Shen, so Talandra's going to be able to do a bunch of that. Will the blue buff be stolen in time? Yes, it will. Goes to Talandra, both energy champions, so it's like, you know, LzH.LoL who gets the blue buff. It was Talandra. This, you know, makes sense. Has a little bit longer cooldowns, especially with ult. One thing that bothers me with the, actually, you can look at the points to see if the ult's up, but I wish we had green dots. Green dots are so much better, you know, more informative. You don't have to look for which picture it is. You just look and say, hey, green dots, their ult's up. But pretty much everybody with their ult available got, you know, 2 really low cooldown ults. Well, pretty much all low cooldown ults. Baron buff will go 0 contesting from Mono. Baron buff is on Lzuruha. Once again, we're closing in on the 70-minute mark here, guys. I don't know what to say. This is part of the NESL. Like, teams do need to finish their games in a timely manner, but this is a 70-minute game in, you know, about 50 seconds, and holy crap, guys. I don't even know what to say. I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of a spectator right now because there's absolutely nothing else. Like, trust me, if something happened, I would love to cast that for you. You'll notice Lzuruha is going top lane because, you know, bottom inhibitor's gone. They have, you know, triple super minions stacking up here on this wave. That's going to be ridiculous. And I don't really think that Zion can take that out right now. He does have a void staff, so that's going to be really good. But I don't know. He's going to have to stay down there for a while. And that could be the opportunity that Lzuruha is looking for. They're signaling Tentacles to come up to top lane. They're kind of just leaving middle. They are going to try to make this play. Zion Spartan is bottom lane. Wall is ineffective at blocking things off. We're going to see Digester back off. He is ulted, so he's going to be able to take down Nintendo Dex almost instantaneously. There comes the lock of the Iron Slayer instantaneously. Slushy popping the Zonias, but he pops it a little bit too early, as now Zion Spartan may be able to take him down. No, the instantaneous cool, but Talandra going down. Paradoxical gets the egg, but will Digester go down? Yes, Digester and Morgana going down. This could be the throw that ends the game. The triple kill for Zig, just not getting hit there, and the ace. So now it's all about Mono. Can they make it to Lzuruha's base in time? They have basically a minute, a solid minute, to make it all the way down the lane. You can see they've already benched Shirelia's. They've taken care of the one inhibitor, and they still do have super minions pushing in through bottom lane. They don't have a base turret, but they don't have super minions of their own either. they could actually just push to end the game here, guys. With that throw, oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say, guys. This has been one of the most amazing games I've ever cast. They're actually taking the turret there. They have 30 seconds. They made it all the way to the turret. They're going to have to take down turret, inhib, and then double nexus turrets before they get into, before they're able to hit the game. GG's actually coming out from Lzuruha. I don't think it's quite GG yet, but they have so much damage. Yeah, what a painful game. Paradox with a little bit of, oh my goodness. So this is going to be the next and the game for Team Lzuruha. Crushing defeat, and I am going to go kill myself too, guys. And probably you guys as well. So thanks for sticking around. If you did stick around, like I said, leave a comment down below for some massive shout outs in a vlog or whatever you guys want. I am so glad I got to cast that game. Epic game. And thanks for sticking around, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys liked what you saw or have any other comments to put down below, make sure to leave a comment down below, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, thumbs up, whatever you guys want to do. Thanks for sticking it out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Peace out.